Alrighty, welcome everyone. I'm Teeaboo, and I am here for the second time today to begin recording an episode of Mushoku Tensei Season 2, and we are on episode 01. I just finished watching episode 00 and talking about it a little bit. It was a pretty good ease back into the world and story of Mushoku Tensei, and now, with the beginning of the actual season in the first episode for real, I believe we will turn our attention to our main boy himself. Last we left Rudius 6 months ago in our world, he was a mopey sad boy. He was a very sad boy. After returning to Fatoa in the wake of the mana catastrophe that sent him hurtling across the world to distant lands, the Demon Continent, he had some conversations with his friends, with Ruijerd and Eris, and they decided to all go their separate ways. After striving for many episodes to sleep with Eris, Rudy achieved what he had been craving for so long and discovered that it was in no way what he needed. And in no way what he really wants anymore. And so now he's sad. The gift of foresight, while it might be in his eye, was not enough to let him foresee this. And so we spent some time recently with Rudius laying in bed, moping, quietly feeling sorry for himself, feeling useless and worthless, again, a familiar place. As the world moved on around him, as the common folk rebuilt, his help could be instrumental, could be incredibly valuable, and yet he found himself laying there unable, unwilling, unwanting to move. Crushed, shattered, a puddle, rotting and decaying like the fruit on his plate. I said some of this at the beginning of 00, I'm going to say some of it again. I've had my own fair share of laying in bed feeling sorry for myself over the past months. For a variety of reasons, I've experienced some significant feelings of worthlessness and helplessness, as my channel sort of got taken out of my hands for a while by copyright situations. It was really bad. Of hopelessness and fear, as I began to fear for my life, genuinely, maybe irrationally, but still truly. I thought I was developing the early stages of skin cancer. I am not, but I really thought that I was. Again, irrational though it may be, it absolutely demolished my sense of self. I've been in some real physical pain as I got injured by going too hard in the gym. And all of those things all together led to a whole lot of me feeling like I couldn't do anything, partly because I couldn't really record or make videos or upload anything. Feeling like a failure because I had failed. Feeling hopeless because it looked like I was dying. I thought I might be dying. I wasn't sure where to grab hope from that. And feeling like, altogether like a fool because I brought it all upon myself. I pushed too far in so many ways, and I even asked the world to give me struggle, give me difficulty. If only so that I could climb back out of the pit and demonstrate in doing so that it's possible. Part of that was Cyberpunk Edge Runners, which has this idea in it about going too far and pushing so hard that you destroy yourself, and finding like self-improvement and finding potential beyond that, but that shows a warning more than anything, and I took it as inspiration more than a warning. And so I pushed myself too far in a lot of ways, and fell apart in a lot of ways, and found the darkness in a lot of ways. And I stayed there for a while. For too long. It's always too long. But I stayed there for a while. I'm really familiar with it again. It's close to me again. I remember it again. And I would not wish the experiences of the last 6 months on anybody. There's been some real torture there. Some real internal and external physical and psychological torment there. And it's still happening. I'm still struggling constantly. Every day it's a struggle to wake up and not just be dying. Slowly. Struggle. But I am coming out of it. And the waveform pattern of my experience of reality is on the upturn. And it feels good. It feels really good. I've been getting my consistency with uploading back. I've been getting my scheduling and my nutrition and workout and dedication and ability to follow through with promises that I make to myself. All those things are sort of slowly rebuilding. And it feels good. It feels good. It's just the beginning. It's just the start of another set of journey. But I was in that same darkness that Rudy was in. Really, truly. Really, truly. And I said this in the last one, but I don't know how I'm out of it. I don't know how that happens. I don't have a secret. I don't have a secret. Part of it is just trust. Part of it is just consistency. Part of it is just doing some of the things that are absolutely necessary, even if you really don't want to. Like, you have to bathe. You have to eat, right? You have to. You have to get some sunlight. You have to. You have to move around. You have to. And it's like, well, I don't want to. Too bad. Getting those things in line is a part of it, but I don't know. There's no secret to it, and I don't want to blather for too long about this, but I want to express, as impossible as it is, and we just hit on this in the 00th episode, as impossible as it is to share the actual experience of hardship, it is possible to connect over the fact that we share the experience of hardship. My suffering isn't your suffering, but we all suffer. And we can, even if we can't really communicate about it, even if we can't really convey it to one another very effectively, we can spend time together, and we can express that it has been experienced, that it exists, that it's a part of life. And something about that sort of connection is really potent and really powerful. Something about having someone say to you, man, it's hard out there, so that you can go, gosh, at least somebody else said it. 5, geez. I thought I was the only one. You're not the only one, not by a long shot. Not by a long shot. Not by a long shot. And so, as we venture once more into Mushoku Tensei, I will again promise, to the best of my ability, to be honest and open with myself and my own experiences as we move through. To the absolute best of my ability. Insofar as I know myself, I will express that to you. And when it comes to the difficulties of life and the hardships and the joys, I'll try to share it all. I'll try to do so without spreading pain. That's something that I'd really like to avoid. And I'll try to do so without wasting too much of your time. But I'd like to connect with you over this weird show about a kind of a broken guy who brokenly makes a weird choice at a weird time in his life and ends up with a second chance. Because stories like that, stories like this, are the kinds of stories that when everything else is feeling dark and miserable, and when there is no ray of hope and there is no light, they don't give you the light, they don't fix the problem, but they do chart a course. They do demonstrate a path. Like chalk marks on a rock wall, they let you know where the handholds might be. And they invite you, stories like this invite you, And I think connecting over stories like this and communicating over them and communing over them and considering how they affect each of us, they chart a course that invites you to pull yourself out of whatever darkness you're in. Because I don't care who you are, there's darkness. It's around you and it's in you. It's like half of you. It's part of you. It is you. The parts of you that you don't like, the parts of you that you don't even admit to yourself, those are a part of you. Just as the parts of our world that we don't like to look at are a part of the world. The exploitation and the suffering and the torture and the usury and the violence and the disgusting greed and the lechery and all of the things that we turn away from. They're all real too. And they're a part of that. They're a part of that reality. You gotta know that they're real in order to face them. And I bring all of this up because this story has done a particularly good job, in my estimation, of depicting real difficulty, the real struggles of the world, and marrying them, juxtaposing them, montaging them with a real beauty. And in doing so, creating an interesting argument. Yeah, there's all this pain, but what about all these other things? Yeah, there's all this suffering, but if you don't do something else, you just add to it. Yeah, there's all this bad stuff in the world. But are you going to wallow and let it continue, or are you going to fight against it? Or are you going to even contribute to it and make it worse? Those are the kinds of decisions that face Rudius as he ventures through this world, that face all of our characters as we meet them, and I'm sure we're bound to meet many more characters as Rudy is now traveling alone. Those are real choices, and they're weighty choices with meaning behind them. And they're the same choices that you and I have to make in our day-to-day lives. So even though this is a fantasy story, it's also a real story. Even though it's fictional, it's also true. And even though it's stupid, useless entertainment, it's also important and powerful. And if we look at it as such, we look at what we can get from it, what it can give to us, because I think that what Rifujin is doing is really more of a work of giving than anything else. And I think there is much to be gained from stories like Mushoku Tensei, and I can't wait to get started once more. So, let's get started once more. We begin again. There is going to be early access on the Patreon. It'll be a week ahead. We'll be watching these as the show airs. I don't normally do that. I have a rule against doing that. I'm breaking the rules because I make the rules. Deal. I'm very excited to watch Mushoku Tensei, and I hope that it's good. The 0th episode wasn't the prettiest. It was okay. I hope that we get a little uptick in the general quality overall. That would be good. Otherwise, I'm here to put my faith in Studio Bind and in Rifujin and see where the story takes us. We pick up with, I think it's The Depressed Magician is the title of the episode, which is just right. So here we are. A wizard he might be, a powerful mage indeed, but man, this boy has lost too many things and he feels very sad. He's just barely been able to get himself to start walking again and to move out of the dark tent that he called his home for many days, weeks, months. I don't even know how long it was. Plants grew. It took a while. He was sad for a bit. Sad boy gotta leave. Sad boy gotta walk. Sad boy gotta adventure. And sad boy gotta go find out why it is that he had a weird dream about his mom. And why it is that we sort of meta-knowledge saw she's like captured by somebody who's evil. I don't know who, but it's like all crystally and shit. It's bad. So, adventures await, damsels to be saved, reasons to experience, reasons to do. And Rudy has to find a goal in life that isn't lose your virginity, right? Yeah, he's got to find something that's slightly less thin than that. All right. I'm not gonna say anything else. Here we go. We're gonna watch. Ooh, I'm so excited. We're gonna watch Mushoku Tensei Season 2, Episode 1. I've got the MTBB version. Mott Bob be praised. If I should be using another version, let me know. But for now, this will do. I've got the MTBB version up and ready to go. We're gonna watch Episode 1. I hope that it's really good. I expect it to be really good. Early access is on the Patreon. There will be comment spotlights in the future. I don't know if they'll be consistent, but as we go through, we're gonna have a back and forth about the content of the episodes. Combine that with early access, and it means that if you want your comment to be spotlighted, you mostly got to be on the early access, which is a bit of a problem, and I need to think about how I'm going to deal with that. For now, that's fine. Comment spotlights will be happening. Please write comments about the things that occur in this episode. If you can relate them to your real life or make them interesting, God, that'll be great, because we can talk back and forth about them, and it's so useful, not just to me and not just to you, but to all the other people listening, to hear the stories from real people about being influenced by this media, about the way that they interpret this media, about the way that you interpret this media, about what you see in it, what it makes you feel, those things, and sharing them shares the experience. It really does. It does something really, really potent to all the other people who are reading it, reading those comments or experiencing them with me and with you, and it lets us experience the piece of media collectively in a way that we couldn't otherwise, and I think it's the coolest thing in the entire world. So please, comments. They'll be great, and I'll read them out in the future episodes. Thank you. Episode 1. 0 seconds. Beep beep timer. Let's go. Hype. Quiet hype. Cold hype. Hello? Oh, hello? Ah, hello. Got a couple of interesting passengers. So sad. Just taking sighs. Ha ha. Oh, hi there. Oh, is she blushing? Or are they just cold? Got a great sword wielder and a ranger. He just smiles weirdly. Oh, woof. Haha, casual conversation. Man, you're not much for talking, huh? Hey! Aww. Oh, no! No! Oh, he sees Eris in everyone? That is the truth. Ooh, everybody looks away. That's a little bit of an excuse to be rude, but no, you're right. Magic. Yeah, it's useless. Oh, God, shut up. Please, no. No, okay. Yo, he's down. Okay, great. Hmm. Yeah. That's the one with the thing. Shit on the staff and wow. Did you really get it though? Or are you just nodding to appease me? I know that he did. Wow, that's a cool place. Hey, these look nice. Ah, gem stuff. That was not nice. Oh, squad meets up. And I'm alone. Oh, buddy. Brutal. Okay, that'll do it. By like 300 times, I think. That might be a little... Oh, he's not gonna complain. Oh, the same windows. Always the same windows. Oh, warpy and wabbly. Ah, yes, the darkness. It calls to me. Fuck this sunlight bullshit. Let me stay in the dark. Here we go. No. Oh, God. Bruh. Yeah, stop that. A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B. Right. I think you need friends. But he's never gonna let anybody in because they'll just hurt him, won't they? Can't adventure with people. Oh, shit. I'm gonna have to prove myself to all these assholes. Hello, cute character behind the counter. Oh. Yeah, we're top rank adventuring party. Detto Endo. Oh, don't do it. It's official if you do it. Oh. I got any tough missions? Like real expensive ones? Everybody's gonna think he's suiciding, right? Oh, her eyes just flare. I don't need a party. Eh? This is suicide, though. Yeah. I'm trying to die. Otto. What the fuck? Anxiety attack? Yeah. Oh, hi. No. Incorrect, but fine. Nailed it. She's trying to keep you alive and has no idea that it'll go the other way. That is a hell of an outfit, Sarah. I'm not complaining. I also really like Suzanne. She's very, very nice, and I'm very scared that bad things will happen to her. Because you'll only get hurt. Yeah, but people don't get hurt. You have no idea. You have no idea. That was very cute. You guys have no fucking idea. We're like level 2s. Hey, what? You seem cool. Level 11. He keeps glancing at her. Can't stop it. My guy! Oh, and doubly so as you stare at her and she grimaces. Maybe triply so. What does he keep going for? Is it the hair? I don't sleep. I don't sleep. The nightmares, you know? Hey. Mama. Wow, Rudy. This kid. Alright, what's gonna go wrong and force him to show his stuff? Contour. Ah, you're the only one here who could understand how cool I am. Oh. Huh. Technically. Okay. Cool. Brawny tag team. Mid-range archer. Oh, really? I understood. Uh-huh. How about if I save their lives? Gotta figure out how to not be the worst. Also, gotta work with who you can. It's like getting partnered with the person you hate in class. Mai. Oh, oh! No! Stop it, Rudy. You're only hurting yourself. That's lovely. How do you know that? I know everything. I've read all the books. Framed, 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 framed. I wonder if we're gonna do something in this direction. I wonder how that'll go. Beefy frontline. Pick, pick. Quick foot. Cool. No food. Oh no. Holding her in the back. She is just always in the frame. That's very, very interesting. You are not one of us. Crystal clear. Zero chemistry. Back in 5th grade. Teasing the people that we like. Can you sigh louder, Rudy? Ah. Yeah, I'm alright. What the fuck? What the fuck? That's the worst. Damn, just take anything, turn it into a bad time, huh? The power of a dark lens. Truly, truly, the power of a dark lens. The whole world is darkness, man. You don't need a dark room and a terrible bed if you can just bring it with you. Ah, oh, beautiful. Fucking beautiful. Also pretty. I like both of them. I hope that neither of them gets dead right now. I think one of them will. This is gonna go poorly. But we'll see. Maybe I'm wrong. Explosion! Let me just, I got this, man. He's just gonna repeat cast the same thing, alright? What's wrong? Oh, something else is coming. Not an avalanche. No. What? Up. No, can't flame them. How? Why? What happened? Are they smart enough to do that? Foresight. Oh, I give up. I give up. Ha! No. Wow. Except the sacrifices of others, huh? Damn. What choice do we have? We'll die together. Good. That looked great. That's CG. Healing goo. Oh, that was very fun. Almost got decapitated by your giant sword, but great. Hey, Rudy. Hey, Rudy. Because they have faith in each other, bro. This is cool. This is the best D&D scene I've ever seen. Is he gonna reach for the bag? Holy shit. They're a party, baby! Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, the same hand that he couldn't reach out and take. Ah, he's gonna blast them all away. Show his real magical power for the first time. Let's go. Hello, I got this one. You did say you gotta control and save your mana until the end of a long fight, right? Oh, he's back. Oh, that's very cool. Okay, so thematically, that's him back. Very cool. Yeah. Whoa, shiny. You know what they say, if you let it build up. We back! Oh, he made the sun rise. He exploded those bears so hard it changed the time of day. Alright guys, was this worth it? We all almost died to get this bounty. Was this worth it? Really? Blood on hands. Fine. It's not my friend's blood. Ah, and all the staves and stuff together. And we burn the bodies, yeah. Oh, he can drop the memento in. Drop the memento in, drop the memento in, drop the memento in. Yeah. Let it go. Let it go. Symbolically. Come on. And can we shake on it? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Haha, we make all the beats land. Yeah, with blood in the hands, doesn't matter. Good. Nope, I guess we're not going to. Oh. I'll take it. They really are alike. He's about to think. Oh, he didn't think it. Okay. Victory! We are hot shit! Do you know how many fucking bears we just killed? Oh, a drink for everybody? Well, you know what? I guess they might be alright! And this weirdo. This fucking little guy. Yay! Feels good, man. Pat. Man, you just gotta worry about everybody getting exploded again. Aw, and he can full smile and laugh. Open the window? Aw. Every single symbolic beat has been nailed. Really has. Can't complain. And the lights go on as well. Aw. Oh, we get a second opportunity? Yep, there it is. Okay, that is what we're gonna do. Oh. That's his comfort object? His comfort object is the panties, not the hair? Got a lot. This world is more connected than you know. Ah, and those connections don't disappear just because you can't see them. Beginnings. And what about the other ones? Yeah, but so much. Oh, and you've gained so much too, and there's so much more ahead. Sophie. He's got one of each of them now. He's also gonna keep the panties! The holy artifact! That's so funny. That's so funny. So he's keeping them because they're his master. Stupid. Stupid and hilarious. I love it. I love it. I think that's very funny that he burns the hair and not the pennies, because the setup is that, like, he's got the hair and he keeps reaching for it, and so he keeps reaching the pouch, and the implication is that he's reaching for the hair, right? He's like, oh, Eris, oh, my connection, my love, and he is, right? But when he's actually reaching for it to calm himself, is the holy artifact. Wow, that is goofy, but man, I think they really nailed something really important in this episode. And there's a moment. There's this moment. It's right here. Right there. In fact, actually, let's find the exact frame. It's when he opens his eyes, right there. Bam. There's this moment right here. Don't worry about it. Leave this to me. That's Rudy. That's our character. That's your boy. Overconfident, certainly. But he backs it up. Smile on his face. Joking and laughing all the way through, even in great hardship. The character that we're with for 17 and a half minutes of this episode isn't the Rudy that we've come to know and love. He's actually closer to Earthius in most ways. Sitting here sighing and moping all the way through. I really like the introduction of these two characters. They've got a set-in-stone character dynamic that I think is really lovely, and a set of things that is just it's perfectly built to draw Rudy in, right? He's interested in Sarah because she's a bit, she's Tsun-y, right? She's very Tsun-y in a way that is reminiscent of Eris in a lot of ways. And Suzanne, on the other hand, is friendly and kind and inviting enough, while also hitting this sort of almost a Ruijerd-y sort of strong character sort of vibe, right? But is kind and inviting. And so she pushes forward, and Sarah withdraws, and that combination really helps break down Rudy's barriers, and I think it's great. The actual facial animation and characterization of these as they talk is really good, and the timing of scenes and flow between sequences, I think, is excellent. It evokes and expresses everything about the emotional context that we're in just right, I think. I said it in the 0-0 where there was a scene that was censored. It was very obvious which scene it was because every scene was timed properly except one. Every single scene was timed exactly right except for one scene in 0-0. In this episode, as far as I can tell, every scene is timed just right. And I like it and I appreciate it. You know, it might be the fancy schmancy Sakuga stuff that gets most people going when it comes to animation, and it gets me going too. I'm not going to complain about Rudy throwing a giant fireball. It's cool. It's neat. Right, whatever. But it's the glue, it's the meat and bones, it's the basics, it's the freaking, like, it's the bowl of rice that fills you up, not the shiny bits on top, right? The shiny bits on top are what you take a picture of for Instagram, but your actual, like, caloric count is from the bowl of rice, right? And the bowl of rice in this case, okay, weird. Bowl of rice in this case is the meat and potatoes, the basics of putting together a time-bound piece of animation, right? A piece of storytelling that goes from scene to scene and has these limitations in it that are part and parcel to the way that we distribute anime. It's going to be 24 minutes long. It's got this sort of a pacing to it. We cut from scenes to scenes in this sort of a way. The music flows in this sort of a way. We do dialogue over the scene before we cut to a character, or we don't. Those sort of choices make the whole thing. They make the whole thing, right? We focus and we hyper-focus on the little fancy things, the little sparkles on top, but it's the base fundamentals that make the whole thing, and the fundamentals throughout this episode are utterly solid, and they serve the story exceptionally well. All of this time that we spend with Rudy, all of this time we spend centering him in frame and making the world feel like it's on his shoulders, isolating him in his hood and his stuff, just right, crushing him into corners, making him speak all sadly and mopily, bringing him back to the same moments where he's just in the darkness again, and he chooses the darkness again. Even though he's pushing against it, he's like, what am I doing? I hate this. I hate it. Well, I know that feeling. I know it very well. You could find me Cut to me 5 months ago laying in bed going, God, I wish I wasn't like this. I want to be not doing this right now. If only I didn't feel so, But sometimes you just feel fucking, And it's unclear how to get out of there. And when you're in that pit, like, what do you do? So he finalizes it and disbands his party, which makes it all feel, again, final. And we do that same thing. Center frame Rudy crushed in, right? He's not full frame. He's in a wide. He goes and he takes a big job. There's a little teeny moment here where her eyes sort of flash as she turns and sees the job that he's taking. Because it's like a way too big a job. So I'm just gonna, here. Okay. Turns, sees him, sees thing, eyes go, what? Yeah. Huh. Where is it? It might be just one frame. I think I missed it. Hup. Whoa. But what about your party? Well, I'm just gonna do it alone. And Suzanne won't let him. She thinks she's saving his life here. That is, I think, what she thinks she's doing, right? She's under the impression that this kid's gonna just die. Just gonna go and die. And so she's trying to prevent that from happening, I think. Despite Sarah's wishes. I love how all the conversation that they have about, it's really important to have a party and work together and stuff, is all stuff that Rudy knows, right? Has even maybe said. But it doesn't ring true to him in this moment. It's just connections that'll lead to pain. It's just hopelessness that'll lead to despair, right? And so he'd rather work alone. Even though he wouldn't. Even though he wouldn't. You need the willingness to depend on people. Right, everyone? Yeah. Right. All right. And we spread out the formation. Get some eyes from Sarah. We can't reach out and shake that hand. We set it up right here, and it's a perfect setup. Can't reach out and shake the hand. It doesn't feel right. He's not a part of this party, right? He's not connected with them. Feels wrong. Start to understand the dynamic. Get told that we're not really wanted here. Grrr. Sarah's very cute. The framing throughout this whole sequence, I think, is great. Sarah and Rudy at odds is the whole framing of the sequence. When Rudy is lit, Sarah's in darkness. And vice versa. I think Rudy's mostly lit because he's by the fire, right? But we continuously put her at odds, right? As though we were doing shot reverse shot, where the characters are actually aligned in frame to be at odds with each other. That's what these scenes are. And then back to it here, right? All the other conversation that's going on is here, but our focus as an audience, as a camera, is on the dynamic between these two characters. They are polarized, and they polarize everything around them immediately. It's just in the direction. It's in the flow, in the framing of the scenes. It's pretty cool. I think it works really well. We get ourselves a little chat. This is the most sad boy thing that Rudy has ever said. That he's ever said. The last person I saw cast silently was a teacher in my school days. These skills won't bring my loved ones back. Bye. It has the same energy as my girlfriend turned into the moon. It's the same energy. Yeah, it's great. But they're gone forever, so you know, it's all worthless. Holy shit, sad boy Rudy. And it's that moment that leads us in, the saddest of boys. As we begin to fight, Rudy throws out that first blast of mud to slip him up, and then realizes the trap that they're in before anyone else. I'm not sure exactly what happened with the mud-covered grizzlies thing. Like, are they smarter than we are? I'm not sure. But there's one more moment, I guess two, that we really have to highlight. As everyone readies themselves and begins to fight, and Rudy reaches up to cast, he falters. Without even having tried. Right? Without even having tried. It's hopeless. We're trapped. What now? Forget this. I'm sick of it all. I'll just end up with nothing again. As if I have nothing now. CG Bear looks okay. It's fine. And all the other characters snap into action because they don't want to fucking die, and they don't want to see their friends fucking die. There's no way out. We'll all stay. We'll fight together. and joyously they enjoin into battle as one. The actual scene is fucking cool. We do this whole immense spinning, like, D&D fight with all these characters fighting all these things in their own super cool ways. It's really like it's an Avengers fucking all-together sequence. And Rudy looks around and sees them struggling, fighting for their lives, throwing themselves into danger, and goes, oh. Ow, fuck, right. Right, it's like important. I've known for ages. Of course I know why they're fighting. I've known for ages. And we don't even have to say it. We don't even have to say it. One character reaches out to another and pulls her up. And Suzanne's been doing that to the whole of them the whole time. And they've been doing it, reaching out to Rudy the whole time, even though he doesn't think he deserves it. There's like a little bubble, like a little web of altruism and characters, people acting in the best interests of those around them and all benefiting from it. And it's this like joyous experience that's glorious and is teamwork and friendship and party. Togetherness. Ishoni. He reaches for the bag. Hope falls away as another band of bears appears. And it's at that moment that we get that line that we talked about. And Rudy's back. 17 and a half minutes we spend without Rudy being Rudy. He hasn't realized the thing. He doesn't remember the truth. He's forgotten what he already knows. And man, that's exactly right. That's exactly right. That's exactly the feeling. It's one of the worst parts about it. Is that you know that you weren't always like that. That there's something that you're missing. And if it weren't missing, then you'd be whole and you'd be capable. But what is it? It's just, can't reach out and grasp it. Doesn't do the same inspirational, and then something changes and it all clicks and you go, oh, right. Right. Sometimes it takes a hand reaching out. Sometimes it takes someone else to pull you out of yourself. And unleash whatever it is that you've got in store for the world. No complaints about a big stompy Sakuga sequence. It's pretty fun. Is it the coolest thing I've ever seen? No. But it's pretty fun. Kaboom! And it changes the weather. Ah. And day rises. And Rudy finds himself able to shake hands with others once more, to reach out and connect once more, and even to enjoy himself once more. The light is back in his eyes and in his room, and he has no need anymore for a memento of Eris. Holding on to the panties, though. You know, priorities. Some things are holy. God damn it, man. So ridiculous. Man, I bet people are going to take that and be like, see? It's proof. He doesn't really care. He doesn't really care about them. It's just the sex that he's here for. He was a perfect monster the whole time. I knew it. That's why I watched 20 fucking episodes of it, and I'm still here to be angry about it. Right? People. People will do weird things. Wow. We're back in it. And Rudy has a bit of a return to form after a bit of a wild meandering off the path. Gosh, do I resonate with this. Immediately. I was kind of thinking it might take a slower time to get through to the thing and, you know, slower build to the things and the important stuff. No, right out the gate, slaps you in the face and happens to be particularly explicitly and directly relevant to my existence as a real human being in the real world where, you know, a bed exists and I have to get out of it frequently. Maybe you know what I mean. Maybe you don't. I don't know. Hopefully, by sharing this experience of experiencing and what it does to me, we'll be able to connect over that real feeling of being human. And in a world that's moving toward hurtling, we might say, toward an unknown digital frontier, an artificially intelligent extravaganza of weird is coming down the pipeline for us real soon. I think it's more important than ever that we try to connect and communicate and, well, reach out. So here, I reach out to you. Come along with me, and away we shall go into a wild adventure to parts unknown, as Rudy begins to emerge once more from his withdrawn shell, and I do as well, explores the world, seeks out family and loved ones who he has lost, with the knowledge that he has not lost everything, that he is not left with nothing, and that there is so much more out there to experience and gain. Hope springs eternal, but sometimes you gotta let the window swing open and let it in. Took a lot, but Rudy let his window open, finally, and his heart too, by the end of this episode, so that's pretty good. We'll see where an open heart leads him. It might be toward more despair and torment in the future. It's part of the danger of the thing. It's part of the sacrifice that you make by opening yourself at all. And so be it. It's better to have loved and lost, they say, than never to have loved at all, and I think I agree. So, with that, we leave off, and I will see you next week, or right now if you go to the Patreon linked in the description, next week for the next episode of Mushoku Tensei Season 2. See you there. Thanks so much for watching. Peace.